Good evening from Berlin. And yeah, it's Saturday night again. And yeah, I know happy times, happy city, whatever, and so forth. But honestly, you would be surprised what you can find. Basically, there are things in Berlin that give you a bitter feeling, to be fair. And you see that the pie is not for everybody, is not cut in equal slices, let's say. What do I mean? Well, for example, every now and then, as you go about your business in the city, you would find, to your horror basically, you'll find like a local pensioner that is rummaging through rubbish. Yeah. So basically, their pension is not enough to live, and they're going like they're putting their hands in the rubbish bins to find cans, bottles, plastic bottles, cans, let's say glass bottles. And don't get me wrong, I don't judge them. I think it's a tragedy. It's not something to laugh about. But cans, metal cans are basically 25 cents. Okay, each. Find them. Plastic bottles 25 cents. Glass bottles 8 cents. Can you imagine? So basically, how much you need to gather to actually get 100 euros? It's almost impossible. And they're old. Even if they can find them, even if they just go through enough rubbish bins to find them, they're not going to be able to carry them. And it's really sad, to be fair. On the other hand, you would find people that come from abroad, and from abroad, I'm telling you, like people that come from countries like, for example, well enough countries, Northern Europe or Western Europe or USA or New Zealand, Australia, whatever, and they come here just to party, okay? And they spend ridiculous amounts of money for things that really don't matter. And they're super young, they're like 20, 22, and they haven't really worked, or they work very little. It's not their money, it's not their money, it's their parents' money. And they just have whatever money can buy, okay? And some of them are not the brightest specimen you could find, to be fair. So it just makes you wonder why these things happen. And okay, free market is good. It's okay to have individual freedom, but also there must be social accountability for what you do, honestly. There shouldn't be this discrepancy, this huge discrepancy between the rich and the poor. And especially before the eyes of the elderly of our society, which are basically being humiliated, being killed slowly but surely by a pension that is not covering them, by rising prices and everything. And yeah, people who buy stuff without thinking how much they cost because they have enough money are driving up prices. Yes, indeed, they do. What can I say? If you really work hard for your money and you really want to kick back in the weekend or in the holidays, what can anybody say? Yeah, it's pretty normal. But the perverse effect of this is like eliminating the poor in our society. And we're talking about the poorer people who actually have worked and contributed, who have struggled during their lifetime. But let's say the times were different, or just to say the jobs were a lot of work, very few money, very little money, and yeah, the pension is not really adequate for the fast, unstable price, let's say, graph that is going off the charts. Yeah, so yeah, Berlin can make you sad a little bit. like almost every other city in Europe. But again, it's a bit tricky. I know tourism is good. They allow, let's say, people who want to come here to have fun. But in this process, there's a perverse side effect. Things are getting more and more expensive for the locals. Even I'm not a local, let's say. I'm a foreigner myself, who comes here, who works here, whatever, you know. But prices are going off the charts because of a lot of demand. And, supply and demand. It's a law of capitalism in the end. Yeah, prices are going off the charts. I can still cope, but there's a lot of people who cannot cope. And really, when you go out on a Saturday night or you just on your time off any other day of the week, you really see people like you stand with a beer on a park bench, or you just walk around with something to drink in your hand with some friends, and you see among the multitude of people going out having fun, you see people who are looking through rubbish, and you see old people doing this, not, let's say, 25, 30-year-old immigrants who are having a tough time temporarily. No, it is old people who are doing this, and yeah, just kills me, to be fair. It just kills me, just puts a knife through my heart. Even though, let's say, okay, they're not my nation, they're not my kind, they're like German people, locals, but still I empathize with them in this aspect. Okay, so yeah, we need to treat our old people better, honestly. It is a sign of decaying society if the old people need to look to the rubbish to find some bottles and cans to take them to the supermarket to get 25 or 8 cents for each one of them, so they can just have a lower bill on the food that they buy. Yeah. Anyway, subscribe to this channel if you really enjoy the content. Also, click the notification bell if you want to get notified whenever I'm posting something new. Because I'm posting regularly, almost every day, and I think it's a live account of what's really happening in Germany at the moment. And yeah, so far so good. So what? Posted, keep tuned, bye.